Hello and welcome to the Dressage Anywhere Podcast. Hello everybody, it's Ruth here from Dressage Anywhere, and we are really lucky today. We are joined by the very lovely Liz Hayman from Equetech. Hi Liz. As many of you already know, I'm sure, and for those that don't, Equetech is the sponsor of this year's BD Online Championship. So it's called the British Dressage Equetech Online Championships. And we thought it'd be great to have a chat with Liz, get to know a little bit more about Liz and about Equetech. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're really excited about this year's events, and you'll have to send us some of the best highlights as well of the season.
Yeah, definitely, we will do. So, tell us more about Equetech. When did Equetech launch?
Equetech started in 1992. By a lady called Sheila Daking. She actually designed all of a range of equestrian underwear. So we had the Comfy Rumps, which is always a fun name, and then we got a few other stars, the Dressage Brief, and really just to accommodate riders that were really struggling. Saddles weren't as comfortable as they were, but also for riders for riding holidays or just riders that ride a lot of horses through the week. It's just to give them extra support. And really that's where it started, and she sort of grew the range, and I actually joined the team in 2001 and worked for her till 2005, and was in the position she was decided to sell the business, and we actually invested in the business then. So we've been doing it for about 15 years and really sort of it instilled the sort of core values of the brand and made sure that we were true to what we wanted to do, which was to offer British equestrian wear that was affordable but really good quality, and that's sort of where we've kept going really, and we all ride ourselves, so we test the products out. I've got riders that test the products, and we're just all about it's got to do the job it's designed to do. Yeah, it's lovely to have that fashion element to clothes these days, but you've still got to keep true to your core values, which is they've got to do the job that they're supposed to do. So that's how we work really, and it's sort of grown from there, and we're really pleased actually. 15 years later, we're still here through lots of ups and downs of the economy and whatnot. So yeah, we're really, really pleased.
Wow, that's really exciting. I didn't realise any of that at all. Are the Comfy Rumps, do you still sell the Comfy Rumps? I love that name.
Comfy Rumps, unfortunately, had to sort of retire. New products, in the underwear range that sort of as products. The thing is with clothing, modern fabrics evolve and techniques evolve. So we just felt that they didn't really do what we needed them to do, and other products were doing better. So yeah, we let them go about 18 months ago now. So so they were, but they're still. Underwear is still a big part of what we do. Yeah. We're one of the only sort of companies that specialise in proper riding underwear. They're not some people say, oh, Bridget Jones, and they're not like really fashionable underwear, but they really do work, and they're actually really good if you have hip problems as well. They're very supportive, and every process is made in the UK, so we get the fabric woven here or knitted here. We've got our own factory in Leicestershire, so we actually produced it all from scratch, so the whole thing is made in the UK, which is a really nice story as well. So yeah, we're really pleased to get that going.
So you still design all of the products yourself, don't you?
We do about 80 lines a year.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
What's your background? What led to that?
Well, it's really weird actually. So I actually trained in London as a saddler in '98 and did the course in Mare Street in Hackney. It was a college called Cordwainers, but they don't do the course there anymore. It's gone. And so I had to. So there's a lot of pattern making and saddle design, and it was called Saddlery Design Technology. But to be honest, I have a level of arthritis, so I have to be. So my hands really struggled with the work, and they told me that realistically I was just in the wrong job for my body. So yeah, so that was a bit of a pain. But then I wanted to stay in the industry, but I didn't want to go into sort of the traditional sort of grooms and I didn't want to be a sort of veterinary nurse, because I'm a bit squeamish or anything like that. So I sort of thought, right, I'll go into the business side of it, because I did a business course as well. So I did a few sort of jobs within the business side of the equestrian industry, and then I got a job with Equetech, and then I've sort of, because I had the skills from the saddlery, I was able to apply it a little bit towards the sort of clothing, find it easier. Yeah. Anyway, it's a bit less challenging. And, I mean, there are challenging elements, but yeah, it's sort of grown from there really. And and obviously there was a lot of training involved on the job as well. And then now obviously we launched in about 2007. We started doing tailoring, and so we do quite a lot of tailored jackets for competing now as well. And that was like a big steep learning curve, because that's a whole different ball game. But now we're really strong in that area, and I think it's because we find that the fit has to be really important. British women are quite curvy, so if you don't get that right, it can really ruin the look of the whole look of your ride really. So if people don't feel great when they're riding, they're not going to compete well. You need to. Clothing can really boost your confidence. If you feel good, then you really look, you look great. You think, right, I can do this. Whereas if you think, oh, this is a bit doesn't really fit very well, then all of a sudden it can really ruin your confidence. So we really think that that's of massive importance in what we do.
Yeah. Tell us more about you as an equestrian. What's your background with riding and horse?
I've been riding since I was 5. One of my best friends, who I've known my whole life, we're like about a week apart in age. Her mum bought her a pony, but she ironically didn't really enjoy it very much, so I ended up riding her pony most of the time. And her mum was like, "Oh, Liz is my horsey child." So, she was like, "Oh, we should swap children," because she keen at all, although ironically her kids love horses, and so she's like, I can't believe I've now got 2 of my own. So I rode, and then my family weren't horsey at all, so they weren't very keen for me to ever really have horses. So I used to help out at local riding schools, sort of mucking out God knows how many a day the weekends and for a lesson, and then I finally got my own when I was 14. Didn't really go down the sort of pony club route and things, but where I kept him, there was a lady that had competed at quite a high level eventing, so she taught me how to ride and the dressage elements on her old eventer, and he was a big sort of strapping horse, and I was sort of only 14 at the time, so but that was sort of the turning point, and I just thought I absolutely loved dressage and really wanted to go down that route. So I've sort of been riding ever since, and had lots of horses, but unfortunately I had quite a serious accident in 2012, and I broke my back, so that sort of set me back a little bit, and took me a couple of years to recover, and then I sort of really been struggling sort of. I thought it would be physical, but it's actually over the years been quite sort of from a mental point of view, with confidence and just not really enjoying it. And I want to enjoy it, but your body tells you that it's really dangerous, so don't do it anymore. But I've got a new horse now, and we're just having loads of fun. and he's got my confidence back loads, which is really, really nice. So I'm hoping that this is the start of, you know, great things, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves and not take it too seriously anymore.
Well, that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly, because that's it. We work all so hard for these things, and half the time you think, oh, I'm not enjoying this, and you think it's a lot of time and effort and money to not be enjoying yourself, and I think people lose sight of that a little bit. So I mean, I do want to compete, but for me it's got to be about the enjoyment and not being terrified.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. You've got to have fun. It's all part of the journey at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So what are you most excited about for the future with Equetech?
Well, I mean, we're really embracing new fabric technologies and things like that. So there's lots of I mean, obviously this year's been a real challenge with the weather. I mean, the horses have really struggled as well, but just keeping dry and warm. So our focus has really been about sort of embracing everything that can help us, and the technologies and the fabrics that are out there to really prepare us for the weather, really. So we've got some exciting new fabrics for winter that incorporate some sort of recycling elements as well. So we want to be more sustainable. Everyone has to be looking at that now, really. So that's sort of our main focus, and just making sure that the garments that do their job to the absolute max and protect people from this terrible weather we've been having. So and we've got a new jacket that's just come out called the Venture, and that's like a shell. And the idea is a really long jacket, but it's lightweight, and it's waterproof to 16,000 millimeters, which is the highest waterproof level we've ever done. But it's got no fill in it. So the idea is that you can wear it underneath a coat or a gilet, or just on its own with a t-shirt. But because you know, we get showers even when it's not really that cold, and you still need a good solid layer, but without compromising style, because a lot of these are really unattractive. So really try to incorporate. So again, you feel great, but you don't look like a sort of a bin bag.
Not a good look.
Not a good look. So
that sounds really interesting.
Those sorts of things, really, just making garments work harder is sort of the key, really.
Yeah, I think that's so important, and I've been watching your social media, and I really liked the products around, you know, the riding mitts and stuff to keep your hands protected. And you do a heated jacket now as well, don't you?
Well, that's another bit of technology that's really, and to be honest, we were amazed at the interest in that. We have got another one coming for this winter. The trouble is with, you know, as we know, when you're running around or riding, you get quite warm. But as soon as you are standing still, so for trainers, for mums with their kids watching Pony Club, or you're waiting for the farrier, or as soon as you stop moving, it's really hard to then get, even if you've got a really decent sort of tog coat, it's really hard to get warm again. And the heated element just gives you that extra boost so that you can just, you know, get warm again. Because when I'm cold, that's it, I'm done. So I just thought I need to, but also there are a lot of heated coats out there, but again, they're not designed for riding. So, you know, the coat that we brought out, you can ride in it, you know, it's got an opening at the back, and also the heater elements are in the right places, you know, lower back where we all suffer, and the thighs where you are likely, you know, to get chilblains and that sort of thing. So it's all about making sure that it's doing the job, and it's not just another coat that doesn't quite do the job. So,
So what? Really pleased. It's amazing. It's absolutely brilliant. This idea. What line or what product? You mentioned about the tailoring, but is that the line that you're most proud of, or is there another?
Yeah. I mean that, and with the tailor jacket, we brought out just on social media. Actually, there's a video of it that's just shows how it works. But it was a 2-year development, and it, you know, I was like, there's definitely a gap for young riders or riders that are just getting into the higher levels of eventing and dressage that really need a decent tailcoat, but they also need a shorter jacket. And so I was like, there is no reason why we can't accommodate both of those in one jacket. So it was a lot of work and effort, but and I wanted to make it machine washable, and that's the other thing, because they're just so, all of our stretch jackets are machine washable now, because horses just, as soon as you turn around, you've got a slobber down your arm, and trying cleaning them every 5 minutes just isn't, and it's not good for the environment either. So so this jacket has a zip off waist around the waistband. There's a zip. There's 2 staggered zips, and with like a flap that goes over. Yeah. So you zip the tails off and zip on a shorter. Well, it's not. They're not tails, but it's like the sort of the where it makes it a shorter jacket, really. Yeah. So it allows you to quickly, literally, you can do it in 2 minutes, and you can just zip one on, zip one off. So if you're riding multiple horses on different levels, you just take one coat with you. Wow. If you're doing eventing, you can put one on for your tails and a short jacket. Or again, if you're only dabbling in it and you don't want to invest huge amounts of money, it's £250, and you've always got the tails there if you need it. But it's a really nice tailored competition jacket otherwise, that you can just wear for everything: jumping, dressage, riding clubs. So yeah, it just is a really versatile jacket for everyone. So we've been really pleased with that. Yeah.
Brilliant. What a great idea. Wow.
We try and push the boundaries when it comes to that. We just like to innovate. So, where we can, there's, certain things where, tweed jackets, they're a very traditional style, and we like to keep that. It's all about the fit with that. But we have introduced some little key elements like zip pockets under the flat pockets. So, you're going to lose your keys, or you change, or, it's just those little things that actually make all the difference. But again, unless you're a rider, you probably wouldn't notice.
That's true. Really. That's true. So, you've got a number of sponsored riders, haven't you, with Equetech?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about them?
Yeah, so Amy Stovall, she rides up to Grand Prix. At the moment, she lost her Grand Prix horse a few years ago, tragically, and she's been, unfortunately, with horses, they take a long time to get to that level. So, and she's on a budget, she's doing it all herself. So I've been sponsoring her since she was she's only doing medium dressage 15 years ago. And McBrien, her old Grand Prix horse, she took him from literally, I think he'd only done a prelim. He was 9 years old, and all the way up to Grand Prix. It was just such a fantastic story. She rode him at Olympia. He was just absolutely a horse of a lifetime. But Bobo, her not new horse, she's had him a long time. Again, she wasn't convinced herself that he would really get to that level, but he's doing Into One this year, and she's looking to go Grand Prix maybe later on in the year or next year. He's just a little bit sensitive. He gets a little bit stressed, and she's just trying to keep him relaxed. But unfortunately, when you get to that level, you need to sort of fire them up, but you also got to keep them quite calm. So he gets a little bit sensitive, and just makes odd mistakes. But he's getting there, and it just takes them a lot of time, and they're all individual characters, aren't they? So and then Rachel Lane, she was Rachel Clark, and she, again, I've been sponsoring her a few years, and she's local to me. So Amy's in West Sussex, and so I don't get to see her as much, but Rachel, I do see her, and I actually train with her a bit as well. And she's got her own yard, and she did have quite a big setup, but she's reduced it down quite considerably, but she's got a 2-year-old daughter. So she decided to sort of change things around a bit. So she's got a couple of horses that she rides, and she's going Grand Prix as well, but with both of her horses. So she's really excited about that, because she's done really well the last sort of year with them, and they've come on in leaps and bounds. So, but again, she started off just sort of, got a pony riding club level, and then just basically worked her way up, and really enjoyed the dressage, because she just had opportunities on that front. She really liked eventing as well, but I think dressage again was her thing. So, and she's just sort of really kept it going, but she was a bit worried about starting a family, how that was going to work. But she's quite lucky with having her mum on site, so she gets a bit more support. because it's really hard to juggle a family. We've actually done a video on that on Instagram with Rachel, talking about juggling sort of family life, having children and competing at that level. So it's quite an interesting, so that'll be coming out soon. So yeah, really excited. But yeah, they're both very, very talented riders, but really passionate about what they do, and really sort of people you can relate to as well. So it's really, really nice.
That sounds good. So thinking about our Dressage Anywhere members, what advice would you give to those who are hoping to qualify for the BD Equetech Online Championships and for the championship show later in the year?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all do it, don't we? We think, right, this is what we're going to do. We want to compete. I think the nice thing about with Dressage Anywhere is that because you're usually in your home environment when you do it, you've taken that element of stress away, so you can really concentrate. But I think it's all about the preparation, making sure that you really practice all of those little things that give you the double marks on your test, because the free walk, people just rush it, and that when you're getting extra marks, you just think you've got to, it's all those tiny little things that actually when you put it all together, you can really make up a lot of marks. So to me, I would say just lots of practice, don't rush things, smile, enjoy yourself, breathe, and just just take your time, and it's just all about practicing and making sure that you just do your best. And the nice thing about the Dressage Anywhere is that you can practice a lot before, and you can take more videos, can't you? But also look at what the judges say. If you enter, the little comments can give you some real insights in what you need to be focusing on, and then just go away and really think about what they're saying and take that on board, and just try your best, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, quick fire round now.
Okay.
Throw some random things at you. Okay. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Good answer. Geldings or mares?
Geldings.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
What about cravat style stock or ready tied?
Well, I'm a bit of an old-fashioned traditionalist, so I would say cravat, I'd tie it myself. Yeah. And we have got videos on YouTube of how to do that.
Ooh,
so
I might have to study those.
On the back of our stocks, when you buy them, there's a QR code. You can just scan that, and that goes to that video. So
wow.
So it's not as scary as you think it would be to tie. That once you've got it down, it's like tying a shoelace. You'll be fine.
Excellent. Jods or breeches?
Breeches.
Basil chestnuts.
Oh, that's tough.
There are other colours available, but
no. My last horse that I've just had to sell to a lovely couple was, he got to 18 hands. He was the most beautiful horse, and he was chestnut.
Oh,
so probably have to say that. Chestnut.
Yeah, they're my favourite. What about schooling or hacking?
Oh, it's got to be hacking, because you can school on hacks.
Good answer. I like that.
I do a lot of schooling on hacks, because it keeps, they don't think think they're hacking, and actually you're still schooling them. People probably think I'm a bit drunk when I'm sort of doing leg yields from one side of the track to the other, but they get it, and you can do a lot.
Good way of doing it. So where can we find Equetech's products?
So you can go to equetech.com, and that shows you all the products that we do in the range. But we have got stockists over 150 throughout the UK and worldwide. We sell to most countries. So at the top of the page on the website, there is a find your local stockist. And we even offer a click and collect service. So if there's a product that you want that your local stockist doesn't stock, but you want to try it before you buy, sort of thing, you can actually select it and get it delivered to your local stockist to try, and then if it's not right, they can send it back for you. So it's a really easy service, because we do a big range, so not every shop has everything we do. Or just pick up the phone to us, and we're fine somewhere you can try the product locally, so you don't have to, so some people really don't like to buy things, send them back and all that sort of thing. So, there's loads of options. We showcase the autumn winter range at the National Dressage Championships. But yeah, it's there's loads of ways of seeing the products now. So yeah, they can. But I'd say we're at the end of the phone. If anyone has any queries about anything or product advice or anything, we're more than happy to help.
Brill. And where can we find you on social media?
So that's just under Equetech, or Instagram is Equetech Clothing. We've got Twitter as well, which is Equetech. We're on all of them really. So you won't be able to find us. But we have got we are posting lots of things. We do a weekly blog. Yeah. And we've got new videos coming up all the time, product information, tips and advice. We've got schooling. We take videos with all the sponsored riders, so you can get lots of insights and little things that can actually make a massive difference as well to your scores. So it's definitely worth following us as well.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Liz. This has been an absolute pleasure to chat to you and find out more about you. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for listening to the Dressage Anywhere podcast. Dressage Anywhere is an online platform where you can upload your dressage test videos and enter competitions with other riders from around the world. Find out more about us at dressageanywhere.com, Dressage Anywhere on Facebook, Dressage_Anywhere on Instagram, and Dressage_comp on Twitter.